while some traffic builds. It is a beautiful, beautiful day here at Rhythmia in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Boy, it has been raining for like 8 days straight. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining in. Glad to see you all. So, literally, it's been raining for 8 days straight. And we had the first bit of sun today. The sun is coming out. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Okay. So, all right, we're getting some folks on. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for Walking the Path. My name is John Jacob Mubarak. I am one of the directors here at Rhythmia. I'm an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner, and I am so grateful to be here. Namaste, Chanel. Thank you. Love it. Hey, Maggie. Hey, Chari. Thank you from Maryland. Cloudy in Maryland. Woo! Everybody's rushing in. Melissa, hey. All right. Glad you guys are here. So I want to share with you today what I was thinking about for this Facebook Live is the topic is what's available. And I got this idea when I was trying to do a handstand, as they say in Spanish, pararse la mano, pararse los manos, how to do a handstand. And so I was working on my handstand, and I get up in my handstand, and then I get freaked out, right? Because I might fall backwards, I might fall forwards, I don't know, you're upside down, things are a little scary, although you're really close to the ground. I don't know why it's so scary, but I am, and I get there and I want to get out of it right away. But then the question was, what if I just took another breath and saw what was available? What's available for me, right? Because my reaction is, I want to get out of this uncomfortable situation. It's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar. I'm upside down, right? So I started thinking about that in terms of how we interact with people, what's available in each moment. It's really a great question for staying present. And I thought of that in terms of a good friend of mine who called me the other night asking about a situation that he was having at work. And he is in the military, and he has a conflict with a superior officer. And this person is, causing a hostile work environment. He's completely justified in the way he feels. And he called me to say, I don't know what to do. I'm really upset. What do I do? Like this, nothing's going to change. She's my superior officer. I can't change her. She's making everybody upset at work. What do I? And the first thing that came to me to share, and I thought this was a great way for de-escalating conflict and then getting to a place where you could see what's available in that given situation. So the first thing that we taught was to first be okay with the way you're feeling. Like, because he was saying, I've been to Rhythmia and I'm spiritual and I shouldn't feel angry. I shouldn't be triggered. I should be peace, love. And yeah, that's, great. But one of the things we talk about here, especially in the medicine, is what are you feeling? Be observant of how you are feeling. Now, we don't want to pitch a tent in anger land, right? We don't want to set up camp there, but it's okay to be angry. It's okay to acknowledge what you're going through in that moment. There's not one part of you that doesn't deserve to be appreciated and loved. When you're angry, Buddha, let me take a little side trip. Buddha isn't somebody who lived over 2,000 years ago and is smarter than you and I will ever be. Buddha means consciousness, awakened consciousness. Christ isn't Jesus's last name. Christ is the consciousness, the Christed awareness of oneness. So everything that we are is that consciousness, is that awareness. So when you're angry, guess what? That's angry Buddha. When you are hungry, that's hungry Buddha. When you're happy, that'd be joyful Buddha. And sometimes if you ate too much, that might be Buddha with indigestion. Anything that you feel, anything that you're experiencing is worthy of your appreciation and is worthy of feeling loved. And so when you're angry with somebody, let's say the holidays are coming up and you're with a family member, and that family member always pisses you off, right? There's going to be a conflict. And okay, hey, Maggie, yes, I am single, but I'm on the other team. Thank you. Campbell, Canada. Hey, Brantford, Ontario. Tabula rasa. I love that. I love tabula rasa. Okay, let me get back to my talk. Thanks for that. That makes me feel really good, Maggie. I appreciate you. So whatever you're experiencing, it's okay. The first thing is to absolutely experience what you're feeling. And here's the metaphor. Panache Desai had this beautiful metaphor in his first book about the car, right? If you're angry and you leave that car in neutral, like if your body is the car, your anger is the engine revving, and you leave your gear in neutral, you can rev that engine as much as you want. You can let that anger go through you as much as you want. But when you engage it, that's when something happens. That's when you can hurt somebody or hurt yourself. So the idea is to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. And just in the observation of that, you get a little bit of distance. Just in observing, how am I feeling? I'm feeling angry right now. I'm feeling angry at my superior officer. I'm feeling angry at my brother, at my cousin, at my aunt, whatever it is. First is to be aware of what you're feeling. Next is to step it down a little bit. So you can go from anger to maybe some righteous indignation. So like my friend who called me and was Terry had a right to be upset. That's not fair, the way his superior officer is treating the team and causing a hostile work environment, right? That's not right. We can be righteous about it. So from anger, we can then step down a little bit to being indignant or being a little bit like, you know, that's just not cool. It's okay. Now you're down from anger to a little bit of indignation, a little bit of righteousness. That's all right. And then from there, you can move to a little bit, you're stepping down your anger. Now you can move to a sense of loving kindness. Like, all right, well, she's doing the best that she could. My superior officer is just doing the best that she could. That's all that she has. Maybe she had a difficult time in her life. Maybe being a female superior officer in the military is really hard, right? But you can't go from what she's doing is fucked up and I'm mad and I'm pissed off to being sympathetic for that person. You've got to step it down a little bit. So you move from anger to righteous indignation to some sort of awareness of compassion and loving kindness. Now that's the first step. Now from there, what's available? I would recommend, what I shared and invited my friend to do was to speak with her higher consciousness. Speak higher self to higher self. That is one of the most amazing and magical alchemical things that we can do. So you're in conflict with somebody, or you have something like you have a meeting coming up and you know it's going to be contentious. You know what I tend to do when I'm upset with somebody or I'm in conflict with somebody or I have something coming up? I have those conversations in my head. And they're not uplifting conversations. It's like all the whammies I'd love to give them and what I would have said to him if I could. And you know those conversations. You have them, I have them, we all have them. We're having a conversation with someone we're upset about, and we're just increasing that energy of being upset with them and actually putting that angry energy into the field and onto that relationship. We're imbuing we're preloading the next interaction we're going to have with them with that anger, right? So, and with all the things that we'd want to say. So by stepping down from anger to righteous indignation to loving kindness, now you're in a more peaceful place. And from that place of open-heartedness, loving kindness, you can then speak higher self to higher self. And that might go something like, I know that you want the best for this unit. I know you want the best for this family. I know that you want the best for our team. Whatever it is, I know that your intention is really to be in integrity and to keep things moving. I know that your intention is to do the best job that you can do. And I know that that's my intention too. So I'm speaking in my meditative state, in my loving kindness, open-hearted way. I'm now speaking heart to heart, higher self to higher self. I'm having a conversation about what I would like to happen. Now I'm preloading affirmative and progressive and expansive ideas into the field that I'm going to have in that conversation the next time I run into my superior officer, into my boss, into my brother, into my cousin, into that person that's like nails on a chalkboard for me, right? Now I am preloading in my awareness, in my consciousness, and in the energetic field. This is magical alchemical thinking. This is how we work magic, right? By moving into the upper rooms, into the upper realms of our higher self to higher self, we're beginning to build a bridge. And we're also preparing ourselves for a situation that we know is going to be, has the potential of being explosive or being a difficult situation, so that we're preloading. And now we are now not reacting, but we're responding. So when I get into that situation, and let's say that ideal conversation that my friend had, his higher self to his commanding officer's higher self, let's say it doesn't go the way it did with his higher self, but now he's already preloaded and is aware and won't be reacting to that situation, but we'll be responding to it. I wanna look and see what folks are saying. Hey, we got South Africa in the house. Suicidal Buddha. Well, yeah, whatever you're feeling whatever you are feeling deserves to be loved. And if you are feeling, Melissa, if you're having suicidal thoughts, I would ask that you work and reach out to a hotline, to a helpline, and reach out to somebody in your community, or reach out to me on social media or at jmubarak@rythmia.com. Because if you are having those ideations and you've moved to the point of thinking about how you would do it and where you would do it and when you would do it, I want you to reach out to me. And if you're just having those thoughts and you haven't moved into that other spot, into those other, actually that when, where, and how of it, it's okay. It's okay. Every one of us wants to, at one time in our lives, give up. Every one of us has had some idea of not wanting to continue. Maybe not every one of us, but an awful lot of people have. And so, Melissa, I'm going to take another moment here and talk to you about this, because here's something I want you to do. If you have not, here's an exercise for you, Melissa. I want you to get into a meditative state. And I want you to think, of all the things that you want, all the parts of you that you want to die, all the things that you have that you don't want around, right? All those aspects of yourself. And I want you to lay down, and I want you to just breathe and focus on your breath. And I want you to get into a meditative state, maybe put on a meditation, put on some music. And I want you to let all those parts die. I want you to let all those parts go. And when you get up from that meditation, you are rising anew. You are rising up. Because trust me and believe that these moments when our back is against the wall and our hands are in the air and we just want to give up, those are the most deeply transformational moments that you could ever have. And they're important moments. So this is what I'm saying. There's not one part of you that doesn't deserve to be loved. There's not one part of you that doesn't deserve to be appreciated. And so I haven't seen a response from you, Melissa. But please reach out to me or reach out to somebody regarding this. And I would like you to try to do that exercise. And I'm seeing also my brother, Adrian. Hey, Adrian, good to see you, man. Okay, back to what we were talking about. So when we got on this topic, we were talking about how to deal with your anger when you're angry at somebody, possibly something coming up over the holidays, and utilize the method of stepping down anger. First, bring your awareness that I'm angry. And then, hey, Melissa, thank you for responding. And like I said, jmubarak@rythmia.com. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to us on social media. But I want you to reach out to either me or someone please. And thank you for responding, Melissa. And be with your crying. It's okay. It is okay. Even that crying Buddha, right, deserves to be loved. It deserves to be appreciated. Every aspect of you, every part of you deserves love. Every part of every one of us. So as we begin to step down anger, right, and move to a place of righteous indignation, and then from righteous indignation to a place of loving kindness, and now we can have compassion for that person that we were angry at. But it's not a radical shift. It's a stepping down little by little. And now you can have that conversation, higher self to higher self, and see what's available, right? Just like when I got into the handstand and it was uncomfortable, right? But I take another breath and see what's available. Can I stay in that position for a little bit longer? Can I try it? Can I get up there? So when you're in that higher self conversation, what's available? What's possible? What is a greater expression in this that you're having a conflict in? Is the nature of the universe is progressive. The nature of God is expansive. The nature of Mother Ayahuasca is expansive and progressive. So if life is expanding, if life is always moving from a greater expression, that's the biological definition of germination, the movement of any organism from smaller existence to greater being. That's what life is about, movement from smaller existence to greater being. And hey, Danielle, hello, and Michael. So if life is expansive, if life is always looking for a greater expression, then we can let nature be our teacher. And in that conflict that we're having, we can go higher self to higher self. And we can go higher self to higher self and see what is the greater expression of life in that area. What is the greater expression of love in this area? Right? And it doesn't have to be you being a doormat for the person that you're angry about, but what is life's greater expression? What is a bigger beingness around this situation? So that's our Facebook Live today. We're really talking about anger and how to move, how to step down. First, awareness of anger, then be with your anger, allow it to be, not a part of you that doesn't deserve to be loved. And then from that, stepping down to righteous indignation, from righteous indignation to compassion, loving kindness, seeing what's available in that moment, having a higher conversation, higher self to higher self with that person that you're having an issue with, and speak in an expansive and progressive way. And while you're having that conversation, you're asking, what is a greater expression of life in this area? And then watch the magic unfold. Watch the energy that you put towards something manifests. What you think about, you bring about. So are you going to continue those conversations that go around and around with I gotchas and giving as good as you got? Or are you going to ask what a greater expression of life is in this area? All right. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to speak with you today. I'm so grateful for all of you checking in. And thank you, Marie. Thank you, Randall. Hey, Randall. Nice to see you, man. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Thank you. Dee, thank you. Stephanie, wow. I'm just looking great. Come down, come journey. And yes, you can rid your anxiety at Rhythmia. Danielle, thank you. Nushin, thank you as always. Dorota, thank you so much. Good to see you all. So grateful. Melissa, reach out to me. And I'm just sending you all so much love. And I'm knowing that no matter what the appearances are in life, there's always a greater expression seeking to express itself in, through, and as you. And I am just sending so much love, peace, and choicest blessings. Thank you.